This looks great.
Oh my god, dude! I almost just forked over my rent.
No, don't worry. This isn't Harlem. This
All right.
is Brooklyn. Actually, that makes sense.
Yeah. Welcome to Jews from Bed, huh, Kiwi?
It's funny.
Like we're trapped in the attic or something.
Yeah. That's what what's her name? Anne Frank needed.
Yeah, you know her
pod.
dad
her
wrote
name.
that. Her dad wrote that by.
So her dad knew about her period.
Now he wrote the whole thing, man.
He just made it up.
Yeah, we're already getting in the weeds here.
That's why I had you on.
Yeah, we'll get into that later on if we want to.
I want to be in the weeds.
Yeah, I won't provide much more explanation than just stating the opinion.
Yeah.
And if you want details, evidence, I'll provide it if I feel it's
I don't
necessary.
even remember that book well.
I never read it.
No. It's kind of boring. It's just a girl's diary.
I bought it. I haven't read it yet.
I have it on my shelf.
Don't spoil it.
Kiwi, you had probably the craziest open mic experience the other night I've ever seen.
Where? Dude, it's like that once a month. Once a month,
Really?
It's the best thing ever. It's like fantastic. Once a month, it just sucks.
Yeah.
It's like the worst thing ever. And then the other 2 weeks, it's like pretty bad.
So Kiwi runs 11:30 Friday night mic at Eastville.
Plug.
Come
through.
And they got like maybe 15 to 20 audience members.
Yeah.
Wow, like
A lot of
civilians,
people.
like
Yeah.
regular people.
Civilians, yeah.
But one of the tables, which is
Hey,
welcome to the
you
bed,
happy to
Kiwi.
see me?
Yeah, this happens a
What
lot.
are you, 10 and a half, 11?
One of the groups of people, 12.
Who saw
Wow.
that
Not
one coming?
surprised.
Nice.
One
Wow.
of the groups of people was like it was like a co-op, so it was all of these young college students from all around the world sitting at this table, and of course none of them know the etiquette of a comedy show, so they're just there talking.
And this is a mic too.
This is a mic.
So they don't even know mic etiquette.
Yeah, so they're like, why is everyone terrible?
Yeah.
It's like, they can't understand what's going on. It's like a very weird dynamic. So literally, as soon as they sat down, every single comedian addressed it.
Sure.
And they're just like, oh, you're French, you fucking piece of shit.
Right.
Every single one. So eventually these people are just like, what the fuck is going on, you know? And nobody could really crack them. Nobody could get them to stop. And then Christian Conti got on stage. Not sure if you know who Christian Conti is.
No, I do actually. Yeah, I do.
Like,
He's got the hair.
Crazy hair.
Yeah.
He's a
I just saw him for the
crazy
first time the other day at shop. Yeah, he was really funny.
He's
Funny
hilarious.
Yeah.
He gets on stage, and I remember Grant Moore was sitting next to me. I remember because it was 2 days ago.
Wow.
Grant Moore leans over and he goes, watch what he's about to do. 'Cause he knew Christian was going to.
Wow.
So Christian tells like a couple jokes, gets the crowd on his side. And then he's like, all right, for this next bit, I'm going to need a volunteer from the audience. And he goes, how about you? And just points right at the guy who's like talking the most, brings him on stage. And he just kept asking him questions. He'd be like, what's your name? And then he'd put the mic over. And as soon as the guy started to talk, he'd bring it back and be like, shut up. And he just kept doing that over and over and over, just crushing. And then he brings all the other guys from that table.
I have a picture
all
on my
like
phone.
sexy guys. Yeah, I have a picture as well. Maybe I'll throw
I have
it
2
in.
pictures.
Oh, dude, send it to me. Also, I gave you my number.
Yeah, I texted you.
Maybe
I
gave you the
had like
wrong
6 texts. I texted
He
you
didn't
a lot
answer?
of times.
He answers me.
I said I know how to make myself scarce. That was one of my texts.
Wow.
Yeah.
How
Thanks.
long were you outside?
20 minutes.
No way.
Yeah. I was so
Wait, just
early.
now you're saying?
No, it was nice. I was reading outside.
Oh,
It was nice.
God.
Yeah, what were you
Any
reading?
messages?
Oh, it's a pretty like bad book. It's called The Russian Debutante's Handbook. It was my mom's.
That sounds
book.
bad. Yeah.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad.
But anyway, so Christian
get
brings them all. No, I think I sent you the wrong number.
Damn.
Christian brings them all on stage and starts like questioning their sexuality because Christian is gay.
Because they're French, right?
Yeah, he's like, oh, you've never kissed
French,
a man
Italian, Spanish, and a Greek guy.
Yeah.
4 countries. I counted. There were 6 countries at that one
at
table.
that table. Yeah,
Mhm. 7.
And 7 if you count America.
America, yeah.
They are all just like they get this masculinity check where they're kind of like, oh, I'm not gay, like whatever. He ends up getting one of them to rip his shirt off,
That's right. The
and
French
another one to chug a beer, and they just look like the biggest fucking idiots on stage. The whole set destroyed. The mic should have ended
Yeah, it was
after
great.
that.
How long was it? Was it just 5 minutes?
Just
you was up?
5
Wow,
minutes,
you did
yeah.
all of this in 5 minutes.
5 minutes 40 seconds.
That,
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
that's still impressive.
Still,
That's
dude,
still impressive.
Yeah.
It was great.
So poor Gabriel Ross had to go up
Yeah.
after.
Oh,
Everyone's
man.
like praying to not be next,
And then you.
and then me.
You,
Yeah.
Oh.
you had a good set.
Yeah, because I shit on Gabriel Ross. He
True.
left his name.
Really?
There was like a little piece of paper with his name on it, and he bombed like hard. And I felt bad about this, but I picked it up and I was like, "Oh, Gabriel, like, here's your slip with your name in case anyone wants to talk to you after your set."
There are any bookers in the audience.
Yeah,
right?
he was like,
Dude, the best part, my favorite part of Christian's set, one of the girls in the audience, because there was a lot of like good looking young guys and girls. And I
yeah,
found
they
out
were
how-
hot.
Yeah, they were good looking people, how they all knew each other. They played water polo at St. Francis College.
Well, if you're playing water polo, you're probably pretty hot. 'Cause
Yeah.
You're like you're
Random
the elite.
people
You're the elites of
throwing
society.
balls.
Yeah.
Who's playing water polo if their
It's the
parents' net worth
exercise.
isn't like 10
Yeah.
million at
It's
least?
the exercise that shapes your body more.
Yeah.
than
Yeah,
looking
yeah,
good.
very very strenuous activity.
Yeah.
But Christian asked one of the ladies in the audience, he was like, "And what's your name?" And before she could say anything, he just goes, "Shut up. Shut the fuck up. Sit down." Because he hates women.
Yeah, he
Right?
does.
He has no use for women.
That's
He
true.
does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was in the train with him yesterday, and these two girls just walked like nearby us, and he was like, "Ugh!" And he
Yeah.
takes 10 steps this other way, really angry. He was like, "Let's go, Kiwi." And I was like, "Sorry." You know, he just left. He has no use
Sorry,
for
I'm
them.
with the gay guy.
Yeah. I went
It
to
is-
the Bringer last
I
night.
I will never
Oh,
stop
you went to the
laughing.
Bringer?
I went to the Bringer.
He was talking about the bringer on Friday.
Oh, yeah?
That's what he was
You should've been
Everything's
there, dude.
connected.
Yeah.
Everything's
That was
connected.
good.
Like,
It was
oh, the
fun.
bringer. So how was it? Did it go well? How many did he bring?
He brought me and a couple others.
Was it
It's like
Comedy
3 or
Mob?
4. Yeah, it was Comedy Mob. I
Okay.
saw him, Philip Gadala, Omri, Jared Apper, who I love.
yeah.
It's great. All those guys are great. But yeah, dude, it was really good. He had a very good set.
Oh yeah.
And then
that's
Paul Mercurio went up at the end. That was awesome. You know
Paul
that guy?
Mercury.
Yeah, he's like just an old guy. He's very funny.
Oh, okay.
I don't know that guy. I'm trying to build up favors. I've been to 2 bringers in the
Oh,
last
nice.
month and a half
Oh, that's good.
Where are
to
they?
just bank up. Like I went to your bringer. I went to your bringer. Get
Oh,
like
yeah.
3 or 4
Yeah, yeah.
of them.
Oh,
and
you're
then
going
it's like,
to bringers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
that's what I'm saying. I've
Yeah.
gone to them with comics who were like, "Hey, I'm doing a bringer," and I'm like, "Fine, I'll fucking go."
Yeah, yeah.
Waste $25 or
Yeah.
whatever it is.
Yeah.
Like, because we're buddies, but really, it's for favors later. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah,
It's not a,
sure.
It's not a showing of friendship or camaraderie. It's
I got one coming up.
I think I dropped my phone
No.
behind my.
I don't do that dumb shit.
You could
I
be
don't
number
waste
3.
my money and time.
I'm almost there.
Do you have a last name?
What do you do?
Namery.
Namery.
Dave
I don't
Namery.
really care how people pronounce it.
You're in New York?
No, I'm in Hoboken.
You're in Hoboken.
But I'm here a lot, and I especially don't like it in Brooklyn. Do you live in
Yeah.
Brooklyn?
I live in Brooklyn. I mean, nice ass, Patty. I've lived in Brooklyn like.
I hope the camera's catching that.
Yeah. Can we move the camera? Jeez, you're really getting in there. Anyway, yeah, I've been in Brooklyn like my whole life. I don't live in this part of Brooklyn, like
What
dumb Brooklyn.
is what neighborhood?
This is a real part of town. I don't know, Bushwick, Williamsburg.
Is this Bushwick?
This is probably Bushwick.
Patty?
He's occupado.
He can hear us.
Can you not hear
This
us
is
down
Bushwick. No, I can hear you.
This is
there? It's a real
Bushwick.
Latin around here. I didn't
Dude,
expect
my
you to
phone
live
is
in this
so
part of-
deep in my bed right now.
Oh, that's what. Do you want me to call it?
I think it's off.
Oh, okay.
What is going on with you?
I don't know, dude. I gotta find it though because it's got all my great jokes on it.
Oh shit! Should we
Just keep talking.
We'll keep talking.
keep
Just keep
talking?
I don't like
Yeah.
Bushwick because I don't like Brooklyn
Yeah.
because it's too intensely like gay.
PC?
Yeah.
Gay, PC,
Sh-
yeah.
Sure. Either one.
Yeah.
They're kind of one and the same.
Yeah.
Because
Well, what-
Manhattan took a while for me to get used to, but then it was actually good starting to come to Brooklyn because like I have to
Yeah.
come here for work like once a
Sure.
week and just being like, you know what, Manhattan's not so bad.
Yeah.
Manhattan's actually
No,
like
it's not.
they're all right.
It's great. It's
They're
like
alright.
my favorite. I go to Manhattan. I live at like in downtown Brooklyn, so it's easy for me to get to Manhattan.
Yeah.
So I do the vast majority of comedy there just because it's convenient. I work in Manhattan as well, but in Brooklyn, it's very like it's a give and take because there's a lot of people at those mics, but they don't like it when you know
At the Brooklyn mics,
at the Brooklyn mics. There's a lot
they
of
seem
people.
to like a more type of like polished, clean cut joke,
Yeah.
like just like a Mark Norman dish,
Yeah, it's very
Joe
like,
List kind of like. Here's the beats. Here's the punchline.
Yeah, exactly.
You know.
Yeah, they
I
also
never
like
do
if
well in
they also
They
like
like
if
to know
you
what
had
they
a
have.
cock and then you're like, I had enough of this cock.
If you cut it off. Yo,
You
well,
just-
where are those sunglasses you were telling me about?
What sunglasses? Oh,
Do you have like sty juice on them?
no.
Do you clean them?
Oh, do you have multiple pairs of sunglasses?
Yeah, do you want a
Figure out
pair?
which one.
Yeah, because
Dude,
I
just
feel
keep
like
putting
it
your
would,
ass in the camera. It's fucking
it
great.
would pull the look together for me.
I got
think,
one
really
pair
well.
over here.
Oh, you got two?
I have 2 pairs, yeah.
I'll wear one on each eye.
This is like the less cool pair. It's still got a price tag on it.
Yeah.
This is
Have
this
you
pair.
worn these?
No.
Oh, cool.
And then I got another pair. Hold on one second.
He's like an absentee podcaster. It's like we're carrying right now. He's leaving the room. He's left the room
That's
with
a faux
this
pas.
Jew. He's
That's
like
the biggest
he puts
faux
on the
pas.
hat and he's like, "Oh, I'm just going to start behaving this way now. I'm going to let the goy
Yeah.
do the heavy lifting, and I'm not even goy."
Yeah.
And you're not. Are you Jew?
Oh, yeah, big time.
Yeah. Okay. So he's treating us like goy. Though.
Like goys.
Yeah.
He's treating us like a Jew treats goys, but he's
and you
not
and he's
a Jew. Yeah.
he's futzing with the camera.
Yeah, that's good.
Is that a
That's
good one?
good.
Why are you
There go.
futzing with
There
the
you
camera
go.
over there?
You go.
What are you
Sound like the
doing?
people in my book.
Just did a little scoop. Here's the other pair.
Okay. Would you
This
like the
one's cool.
aviators?
Yeah, I want the aviators.
Okay. Let me take the cool ones then. Yeah, I'm going to take off my.
Let me just have your normal glasses.
You want to just?
Let me just put your normal.
They're too sweaty.
Dude, I look like my
Yeah.
10th grade English teacher, Mr. Olben.
Let me tell you what, if the Gestapo rolled
I don't
around
think
here, Kiwi, I think you'd be safe.
Comedy's in the eyes. Do you think I'd be safe?
Yeah,
don't
comedy
think so.
is in the eyes.
That's why I can't wear these.
That's like because I
You're
kind of
bombing, dude. I can't see your eyes.
I feel like this looks good, right?
It does look
you look
good.
good, yeah.
Doesn't this
You
look good?
cool.
Yeah,
These kind of tickle your ears.
they do. They're kind of nice.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the sunglasses.
It's in an
I feel like if you were
annoying
playing
way.
golf, like on the TV, this would be nice because you could tell which way the wind was blowing,
If you were playing golf on the TV,
like they are on the TV over there.
do you always have this in the background of the podcast?
Yeah, because I film on Sundays.
And you follow
and you
golf?
like golf.
I love golf.
But doesn't it distract you?
No,
Really?
my life distracts me.
I was in Harlem like during the Masters on Sunday because I was doing comedy up there, and I went to go get dinner, and I was wearing work clothes because I also had to work earlier in the day. And it felt great because I was I went into I saw a poster and it said beef bulgogi tacos, and they looked great. And I was like, I'm getting those fucking tacos. And I walked in this place, and it was just I was the only white guy. It was just all black people and me. And then there was a seat at the bar right in front of the TV, and they had the Masters on. And I just felt so white, but like in a good way.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, just like no one else. Drake was blasting. You know, everyone's like partying and hanging out, and I'm just like eating bulgogi taco, delicious by the way,
Yeah.
fantastic tacos.
Yeah.
Just watching the Masters like no one else was there.
Yeah.
and it
Right.
felt great.
That's awesome.
It felt really good.
Do you ever
fellas.
go somewhere to get your hair cut and they're playing Drake, and you're like, this is not going to be a good haircut for me?
Well, are you in a Dominican barbershop?
Yeah.
They usually do well.
Oh, the last time I went, there's a barbershop like around this corner. They're playing Drake. I'm like, I'm more of a Sinatra kind of haircut guy.
Yeah.
Dude, the lady who was the barber, a barbette, she was like bleeding out of her hands, and she's like, "Oh, this never happened." She's just like putting band-aids on. I'm like, what?
That'll be extra.
Dude, then at the end, like she was like spraying alcohol. It was the worst haircut I've ever. Like other barbers were like, "Who did this to you?"
Wow.
They wanted to like get revenge. They sprayed me with like alcohol, just all in my eyes. I was just like, ah. They're like, "Oh, sorry about that. Sorry." I'm like, "Sorry, baby." Dude, it was like
That's in
the
eyes.
worst experience. Yeah, in the
Wow.
eye. I don't know what alcohol has to do with a haircut.
They're disinfecting
Oh, okay.
from their blood, apparently.
Yeah, from like I thought they dip the
Yeah,
shears
that's
in.
what
Yeah.
spray the front. Maybe spray the
Oh,
back. Don't spray
okay.
the front. I get
Yeah.
it from the old like Bukhari and like the Russian Jews.
Bukkake?
Yeah, the old Bukkake Russian Jews. They do always like an all right job.
Yeah.
I kind of go wherever, but I do stay away from Dominican barbershops because I find that even though they do a great job, for me, it's like I couldn't tell if it's the fly or the curls, you know, because there's a fly flying around. I feel
Oh, yeah,
something.
there
I'm like,
is
is
a
that the
fly.
fly or the curls?
Yeah, this is a mess
I
today.
feel that Dominicans do it's too sharp. It comes out too sharp, and
Too
like
sharp?
the edges are too sharp, and
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
I'm trying too hard. It's like kind of metrosexual.
Yeah.
Do you remember that
It's like
word?
I'm not going to crash a boat into like a.
No, see, I'm like that's it's too. I just end up looking too much like I'm trying to look Hispanic.
The texture of your hair is very different. Think
Yeah.
about Jewish hair and like Irish hair or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And then Dominican hair, you know, it's all very different.
I
Got to
would-
be able to adjust.
That's why. So I go to Arabs usually because they get Jewish
Yeah,
hair
yeah, it's
in a
similar.
way.
That
Yeah.
part of the
You know,
world.
black people too. They get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Black people understand hair, like white people understand the economy.
That's or Jews.
Yeah.
Either way.
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
But this is a good point.
Well, so you don't I lump Jews in with white people.
You
White
know,
people, by
and
the
it
way,
begins.
white people, by the way, do not want to do that.
Exactly.
Well,
That's
yeah,
the pro-
that's
I
the
try to
thing.
lump
Jews-
myself in with white people.
But
Yeah,
Jews don't want to do that either.
No,
How else?
that's-
How else would you have an identity?
Well, because then a lot of
How old are you?
I'm 30.
Yeah,
See,
the
and-
young Jews, because there's no like oppression, they want to have like an identity, you know.
Oh,
So they're like,
okay.
I'm Jew. It's like the kids that I work with, they're like in 4th grade and they're identify as bisexual, you know,
Yeah,
because they don't really know yet, but they need like a personality, you know.
yeah.
So they have an identity for themselves.
Just identify as Jewish at that point. It's like
I don't know how
So
you like
healthier.
identify as
know,
bisexual when. I mean, or I don't know how you
Well, it's
don't.
cool
Like,
now. It's
we're
cool
all
now.
bisexual.
I'm not.
I jerk off a guy every single day. Every single day, I'm jerking off a guy.
we know.
I mean, that
Where
might
am
just be
I?
gay. You might
Where's
just be
my?
gay.
Yeah, what letter does that make me?
yeah, that's just
Well, where's
gay.
my A plus?
Yeah.
Dude, I think that it's all about just like people want to, you know, create something for themselves, you know? They
Yeah.
gotta create something.
You need
And we're
like
past
an origin story.
Yeah.
You need something like that.
And you're told now you're just like, oh, you're white, you don't have any problems. It's like, oh no, I am sad sometimes.
What about the sun? The greatest problem of all.
That is so.
No, we
it's-
can't. Nah.
Walking around the
That's not
city
as
this
fun.
past 3 days, I'm
Yeah.
like, this is hell.
Yeah.
But I see like darker skinned people don't seem to have much of a problem with it. And I'm like, how
No.
lucky you. Lucky you.
Like
you know?
people always talk about global warming, like, oh, it's going to kill the manatee. It's going to kill Irish people long before sea life.
And that's
dude.
not so
Gonna kill
bad.
me.
No, no, it's
Yeah.
not so. Irish people, we've had our chances. We almost got taken out by potatoes, like alcohol. There's no way that we can survive and thrive on this planet.
We'll just
Unless
keep
everyone
going
else
north.
dies.
Just go to Greenland.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
You know?
Uninhabited. There's a lot of
Yeah.
good
It
whale meat
looks
around
like
there.
Ireland a little bit.
Yeah.
The shape, right?
The
I guess Great
green.
Britain.
Well, they say Iceland's green and Greenland is ice.
Yeah.
You guys hear that?
Yeah,
True.
People have been talking about that.
That is all
Is that-
the rage.
That's what they say.
Yeah.
That's what I've heard.
So, Dave, I wanted to talk to you about this cocaine in the White House.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Has it been revealed? Whose it is?
You know,
Will it be revealed?
I kind of was feeling like the way I feel about it is like it's probably weird if there wasn't if that just seems like a regular week at the White House. Are people not doing cocaine in Washington
Yeah, that's-
all the time?
That's what I thought.
Because everyone thinks it's hunters, and I'm like, probably, but like maybe it's just some rando who just also like is a staffer.
It's
and having
gotta be a
problems.
staffer.
They're staying up all night.
Yeah.
They got to do all this, like write up all these laws.
Yeah,
and
they're like, I
stuff.
got to write a Biden speech with
And they're
no
like, I gotta
words
do some
with.
blow. Plus, if it's hunters and the Secret Service finds it, they're just gonna call Joe and be like, "Tell your son, your fucking junkie son, to stop leaving his coke around." They're not gonna like leak it.
There's
you know?
no way it's Hunter's because why would Hunter even want to be in the White House?
Yeah, he's got better things to do.
He's
But
got
did you see
way
that video
better
of him
things.
tweaking on the balcony on like July 4th. I love Hunter, dude. I
Yeah.
love this family. I started
He
out
rules.
hating Biden. Like I was like, I'm not going to vote for him. If I can go back to 2020, and I didn't vote at all, but I would vote for him, and I would vote for Hunter, like
Yeah.
right in. But I would
Was-
also vote for Joe. I'm glad he's
Hunter
our
running?
president. No, but just like
You could
just throw
put
it
his
into
name
the
in, like
put it into the
Harambe.
ether, like let it out there.
Yeah.
So what happened with the White House?
There was a little baggie of cocaine found in, I
Who found
believe,
it?
the Oval Office. Was
it
it
was
not?
like in the West Wing or something.
Yeah.
Who
I don't
found
know.
They don't know who it's from. They said they're
But who is
ta-
they? Was it USA Today? Was it New York Post?
No, it's like the world.
The world found it. What does that mean?
Yeah.
Well,
like,
it's like
find
it's on
this shit.
every news thing now. It's like,
That
oh,
doesn't answer. But who
cocaine in the White
But who
House.
found it first? Do we
That's
know?
I don't know. They would never reveal that.
Was
to
it
us.
Jamal Khashoggi? Was that the guy's name?
Jamal
Oh,
Khashoggi?
that
The guy who
that
died?
journalist who had it coming, that guy.
Did yeah? In like what was it, in Yemen or something?
Yeah.
He was
some-
somewhere.
he
Yeah.
was like, who
somewhere
killed him?
shouldn't
I
have
think the
been.
Saudis killed
Saudi.
him.
Yeah, somewhere.
I
shouldn't have
like,
been.
and I also really like Saudi Arabia these days. I've like
Yeah,
really
dude.
changed
Hey.
a lot over the past few years. Like,
Yeah, they took over golf.
Yeah, They
dude,
own
that
big
was
all
such a
now.
power move. They got all the money.
Yeah,
That's
They just
cool.
money, wealth flowing in.
yeah.
You know, they keep their women in line in a lot of ways. I find.
There's a lot more
and it
commercials
seems to
for
be
oil,
working.
you know?
I'm
Yeah.
just saying,
Yeah.
it seems to be working.
Yeah, the only
JT
thing we have
posted.
that they don't have is a giant sphere. Have you seen that in Las Vegas?
No,
We have this giant LED sphere
What's that?
that
about?
looks incredible. Let me see if I can find this video. It's like this big sphere with like screens on it, and there's supposed to be this theater on the inside. It looks insane. It's so cool. I don't know what it's for. They're all like the size of a hockey puck.
Okay, let's see.
Yeah, here,
Let's see if
take a
you can
look.
bring it up here.
I can't
Yeah.
see it.
I
buddy.
forgot that you're like the news guy.
Yeah, this.
Who is this guy?
Look at that thing.
Spherical
What?
structure. It's called sphere.
Look how big that
Oh, it
fucking
looks
That's
thing is.
crazy. Who made
Now
that?
it's a pumpkin.
I don't know. And then the
I saw this guy
inside.
at the pair.
Yeah. The inside is this like giant immersive screen.
Did you know the moon is actually plasma?
Yeah, it's-
160,000 speakers. I don't even buy that.
no. What is this? The
Were they
checkout of
tiny
Marshalls?
little speakers? You know,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
what the heck? I feel
That's
like an IMAX movie theater has like 4 speakers.
Yeah,
you know,
dude.
160,000.
You're
like,
telling
just
me
get
it's
up the
better than a
decibels.
Bug's Life in Disney World?
That's what I'm saying.
You can't
dude.
create a more
Yeah, right.
immersive experience than
I
getting
don't-
stung in the ass.
I have one for you.
Yeah?
What did you think about the white party? That video? You see that viral video?
No. The
You
white.
didn't see that?
No. I don't
know
get
how,
the
like-
good news. I get like
Was-
the lame news.
Was
like
that one
Barbie.
party? I saw that.
It
Was
was a
one
party, yeah,
It was,
and it was-
just one party.
it was-
Everybody was there.
Everyone was there,
Jack
and they were all
Harlow?
wearing white. See, Jack Harlow is closeted homosexual, right?
You think so?
What does he do?
He does music.
Is he a singer?
Yeah.
I think he will be soon because it's like Tommy Lee when you get like all the pussy in the world. At that point, like you're just like,
a pedophile.
yeah,
I think
Yeah.
it gets to
Yeah.
that point where like they're getting
You've done
too
everything.
much.
yeah,
Yeah.
you get too
And
much
they're
pussy. It's
completely
like,
desensitized.
That's what I
only thing I
saw a
haven't done
Grateful Dead stream last night, and fucking what's his name? The guy who
Bob Weir.
no the the hot guy.
Bob Weir. Bob
Who's
Weir
the-
is the hot guy.
No, but who's the
Bob
guy
Weir.
who's the lead singer?
John Mayer?
Your Body is a Wonderland. Yeah, John Mayer. Dude, this guy's like 6'3", cut,
Yeah,
like tan,
cock.
just singing cock.
He is cock.
I'm like, this guy is going to be a pedophile. That's the only end to that kind of thing. If you're just getting tons of like hippie pussy for just years and years and years, you're like, all right, maybe one that doesn't have a giant bush on it.
what about
that's-
the other end of the spectrum? Old people, like really elderly people.
Yeah.
It's still legal.
I mean, that would be great, but who
That's
wants to
true.
do that?
Who wants to fuck a kid?
I think
You
people who have
guys?
a lot of sex.
But why not?
Not
but
me yet. I don't
yeah,
get
not
laid
yet,
enough.
but why not? If it's not attractive to fuck a kid or an old person, just go just fuck an old person. It's legal and it's not,
Well, I
it's
think
good for them.
I think
it's
kids.
a much better idea.
Yeah, it's a great
The
idea.
Law and Order Special Victims Unit had an episode about a guy who would do
Really?
that with old ladies, and he was like, "You don't got to worry about getting them pregnant, no AIDS." Right? Yeah,
I think it just becomes like you want the thing that you can't have.
Exactly.
Because you've had it all.
and you can get it.
And you
You
can
know?
get it.
This
Yeah.
is why they got successful, like Jack Harlow, get married
Yeah,
quick, because we don't want to see Drake get married. Stop painting your fingernails, dude. It's getting really bad.
Yeah,
Like
it
these
is
people,
bad.
these guys need children
He's got
of their
three.
own.
Yeah.
You know, they need wives.
You need a kid. You need a kid to understand what the fuck this is all
It's
about.
like grow up, dude. It's not even cool anymore. When I see some of these, like, I don't even think, you see these guys and they get into their 40s and they're still just like slamming pussy like
Yeah.
everywhere every night, and you're like, this is kind of pathetic. Like,
Yeah.
commit.
I think it's cool.
Okay, well,
I think it's cool a little bit.
I think it's very. I think it's awesome.
But,
Wouldn't you want to do that?
I guess. Well,
that's
here's
what,
the
like,
thing.
if you're famous in your like late 20s, early 30s, you get it out of your system.
Yeah.
You get to your late 30s, you're like, I'm gonna get a house and a wife. That's. I feel like that's kind of, isn't that?
But if
Yeah.
you got a wife,
The
that could
problem-
just be incentive to sleep around though, because it's more exciting.
Yeah, the problem is we live under this notion that there's the one. Everyone always thinks there's the one.
That's right.
And that's not true. What's true is there are several people who are good enough,
Yeah.
and you should settle for those people.
Yeah.
Because it's not going to, it doesn't, you never find the one. Realistically, if there's the one, she's probably in China right now.
Oh, like strategic, yeah.
Just like
Or her name's
Just statistically,
or
she's
India, yeah,
or
like
India, yeah.
Asia, nonetheless.
Yeah.
she's riding a bike,
That's fine.
maneuvering through traffic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How am I ever going to
Ganges,
find
taking
her?
a shit in the
yeah.
Ganges.
yeah.
I can see you with the Asian woman. That would,
I-
I, feel like that
yeah.
would make sense, right? Patty
He
with the
just makes
Asian
fun of
woman.
her all the time.
Yeah.
Thanks.
And she's like, "Oh, Patty's son.
Ooh.
You need a Japanese woman."
Yeah.
He slaps her ass. He's like, I slapped your tailbone again.
I'm looking
Like,
for
"Oh,
that
fuck."
thing.
Remember that thing for years. Her bone just goes through his hand. Damn it!
Me sexually harassing Mulan at Disney World. She's the only Asian woman I come in contact with. Finally. I'll make a man out of you, Mulan.
Wouldn't you guys want to have sex with somebody else though if you were married?
Yeah.
You know?
No,
That'd be
no.
great.
No, I'm good. I'm good at behaving when I'm in a relationship. When I'm not, like, I'm currently single and I hate it. I don't like it.
Yeah.
So you start to look at
You're a
women
relationship
everywhere.
guy.
I just see tits. I'm just like, oh, nice, you know. And
Dude,
I just
do
like,
you find, because I, like, in the last year, I've been, like, ogling women.
Yeah.
And I never used to do that.
dude,
Kiwi.
I
Piece
do.
of shit.
I don't want
never-
it. I'm saying when I was in a relationship, like, you know, I was 29.
Yeah.
No problem. No ogling. I would
Yeah.
actually
Never
like kind of
looked?
avert my gaze.
You
I
didn't
mean,
even
sure,
look?
I would look, you know, but it wasn't ogling. It wasn't like, oh
Wasn't
my
like,
god.
yeah.
It wasn't
that.
like in a bad way. It was just like, all right, that's nice. That's something nice I just saw. Let's continue my day.
Yeah.
Wow.
And now it's like,
It's like-
dude, I need a, you know, I don't, because you talk to people and they're like, oh yeah, you're single. It's kind of fun to be single. And I'm like, no,
No.
not. It's not
No,
fun.
it's
Like,
the
it's totally
worst.
not fun.
It's fun if
For-
you're a
for me,
hot
for me.
girl. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, pros and cons to
there's
each.
pros and cons.
Yeah.
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 There's pros and cons. I don't like the cons.
No?
I'm so happy to have you in my bed, Kiwi.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been
I like
long
envision
enough.
this day.
Thanks for inviting me.
Of course. What's the eye roll for?
I'm just saying, you know, you've had this podcast how many weeks?
This is only episode 15.
15?
You know how many favors
So I'm your
I had to
15th favorite comic? Thanks, Patty.
Well, technically, you're my 30th.
Down.
I had him on my podcast once years ago,
Yeah.
and he waited till the 15th.
Oh, so this is
episode.
your favorite now?
Unbelievable.
Dude, yeah.
Actually, I think I had you on my podcast with your equipment.
Yeah,
Because
But
remember,
at
I
that
showed up
point,
to your
it's your
house. I was like, I have nothing.
it was me, you, and TJ. You didn't even know what to do. Like, we had to do your
You had to
podcast
do
for
my
you.
podcast. That's still what I do to this day.
You just did it for the first 20 minutes of this.
I don't know how to host a podcast. I just have people who I know will talk, and then I just kind of go, yeah. It's a good.
And you're like, what do you
formula.
think about that sphere in Los
You
Angeles?
guys are like, I don't know.
Like,
Dude, I think
what?
that's
You didn't even
good.
prep us. Like, was I supposed to get an agenda? Were you supposed to give
I
us an
thought-
agenda?
I thought of something this morning that I'm happy to talk about with you guys.
Sure.
If the conversation goes to a lull, which it's not right now.
Okay,
Yeah,
so hang
but-
on to
yeah,
it.
so save it.
Oh, yeah.
I got plenty of stuff, dude.
Yeah,
if we
yeah.
get into a lull.
I think that's good though. It's natural. If you like don't really know, if you're just like it's,
That's
you know,
what
it
I'm
seems like a
hoping to get
conversation.
good at, just talking to people, because like socially, I'm like a retard.
Are you?
Yeah.
I like you.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, I think
But I
you've
feel
gotten
like
better too.
I've
since
gotten
I first.
better.
How long have we known each other at this point? Like,
Well, I met you when I started comedy, which was in 2019.
so this is 4 years.
4 years.
Yeah. Where we meet? Like, oh, because you said earlier what you described with that mic, that whatever
Kiwi.
11:30 Kiwi, what Kiwi described as the
Yeah.
11:30 mic, the chaos, the one good a month, and then
Yeah.
the two pretty bad, and then the one that's awful.
Terrible.
That was Olives.
Yeah,
Same exact thing. So there's an open mic in Nyack, New York, that I used to run. It went through like a few comedians running it.
Yeah.
But that was the exact same thing. It would
Yeah.
be like once a month, it was great. Twice a month, it was like, this sucks. And then one time a month, it was like so bad that it was
The
great.
worst-
It
Yeah,
was,
yeah.
it
worst
was
thing ever,
it was the worst thing
The
ever.
worst
But
thing
you were
ever.
like, I would host it and I'd be like, this next guy's about to fucking eat shit, dude. You know, like just for every comic. Like, I made it worse actively. You know?
Yeah,
On those
yeah.
nights,
I
I
do
was
that.
like, I was like, I'm gonna make this worse for you guys.
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Sometimes I would
play
sit in
into
the
it.
side booth with the side mic and like heckle comics while I was drinking a lot at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were like one of the first people I saw, and I was like, "Fuck yeah!" Like comedy is like the thing that I hoped it was.
Oh, nice.
And then now that I'm
nice.
older,
that's a great
Nice
compliment.
compliment.
Great
Yeah,
compliment.
nice.
but now that I'm
Congratulations.
older, every person I like is like, "Oh, they're never gonna be successful."
No, I know, dude. I'm finished. Like
Yeah,
I've already. I'll never have a career in this, but I don't even care,
Dude,
Whatever.
I'm getting shadow banned on YouTube already.
yeah.
The
yeah.
last like 3 shorts I've posted, 0 views. I'm
Well-
like 0. No, I have 111 subscribers and none of them are seeing this.
I
That's
can see it.
crazy.
You're dipping your toes in the dark
Yeah.
side, and I would just recommend against it because you're gonna make a lot of enemies. You know what
Make
I mean?
a lot of, but it's like,
It's also
don't you want to be
fun.
funny?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
No,
Whatever happened to being funny, Kiwi Weintraub?
it went by the wayside.
Is it
dude.
Weintraub or Weintraub? 'Cause I call it Traub.
Yeah, Traub is correct. It depends
Okay.
where you are in the world. The family in the South and
Okay.
up north in Canada, they say Traub,
Oh, okay.
but you can kind of say whatever.
Yeah.
People say all types of crazy shit.
Okay.
Yep.
How did you get the name Kiwi?
It's my middle name.
Oh, what's your first name? Reginald?
Oh, cut
Off
that.
off pod.
I'll take
It is Reginald, and I would rather you cut that.
I'll take your name out if you want.
Yeah,
People-
but I don't know. I don't like who you would put in. You're gonna
Oh,
put
beep
someone
it.
bad
Just
in.
beep it out so people think you said the N word.
Edward Weintraub. You can
My
put that.
anytime someone doesn't want their name in,
Derek Chauvin.
Derek
I've seen it.
Chauvin.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
but Derek
Jake
Chauvin.
I like
Timothy.
that. Are you fucking kidding
Is that
me,
your
dude?
phone?
Yes.
Just get down there. When you get back, put it here. Okay?
You have a terrible setup for your bed. in
Oh my
terms of your
God.
phone. That little, that's just big enough for a phone to slip through, and it goes through it all
I literally
the time.
cannot fit my fingers in the back of the bed. My phone just...
You got to get one of those claws.
You know what I was thinking of? Like,
Remember, get the phone.
remember that whole Jordan Neely thing?
Yeah.
I feel like Jordan Neely should have been what Derek Chauvin's name was.
Who's Jordan Neely?
You know, he got choked out on the subway because he was acting a little.
Oh,
Egregiously.
it was a
Yeah.
black guy.
Yeah. Was he?
Oh, this was and the army
Neely
guy
was
killed,
Neely was a black guy. Yeah.
and the army guy killed them.
Oh, was the army guy Jordan Neely, or was the?
No, I think the guy that died was Jordan Neely. But I
And
think
the army guy
Derek-
killed Jordan Neely was the Michael Jackson impersonator.
Yeah,
yeah.
Yes.
Saw that
Yes.
in New
But
York
wouldn't
one.
have Jordan Neely? That's a better name for what Derek Chauvin his name should have been. You know,
Oh, because Neely.
yeah.
Oh, I
All right,
got it.
I'll be
That
right.
took-
I'll be right
I'm
back.
sorry.
You guys
Yeah.
keep talking.
You duck out. I got it. That was my bad. I
Jesus.
get it.
I don't know if
Neely.
that's your bad.
Maybe it
David.
was just
I
a
don't know if
bad
that's your-
joke. Patty
No,
does
it's
those
a-
sometimes, but
it's
it's
a-
kind of
it's a-
endearing.
No, it's a good. It's a good joke because it works and it makes sense. But it's like, do you have to go there
Yeah.
for that kind of thing? Is it worth it?
At least, well, you
Jesus.
got back quick
Right.
this time.
I got back quick because I cleared
You-
the
you
path
learned-
already.
You learned from earlier.
I cleared the path.
Oh, jeez,
God,
that's
it's
funny.
disgusting. Have you ever
gross
cleaned
down
under
there?
your bed?
Dude, I did
Yeah.
a couple months ago. There was a lot of schmutz down there.
A lot of schmutz, especially in the
stuff.
corners.
Yeah.
In the
Dude,
corners,
yeah.
a
I
lot
don't-
of schmutz built
I don't
up.
keep my jizz tissues in my room anymore. I live with my mom, and she we have a cleaning lady who comes like once a month, you know. And so she comes, and I leave my jizz tissues in there. I keep the door closed, but I keep my jizz my jizz tissues in my room. And so my mom, whenever my cleaning lady would come, she would say, she would text me the same text: "Hi, sweetie, please clean up so that Carol doesn't have to clean up the tissues by your bed. It's not her job."
Wow. Well, it
That's
kind
all
of
that she would
is.
say.
Yeah.
you know?
Which it
I mean,
totally-
kind of literally.
It
is.
literally is.
Yeah.
That being said, I am 25, and it's time I make a change.
Yeah, yeah.
That's good. You're
So,
growing up.
I'm growing
glad
up.
to see it.
So now I do it in the mornings. I just put my jizz tissues in my back pockets from the night before,
And you
I
sneak
leave.
them out to the
And I
bathroom.
sneak them out, and I leave my door open so that it can not be so stuffy in there. And now
Yeah,
my
yeah.
door is always open, so you guys are
Well,
welcome anytime.
Open door policy, like
Nice.
office hours. You know.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's good.
0
Yeah.
to 12, always.
I was
open.
never a jizz in a sock kind of guy.
No, I need
No,
my
no,
socks.
no.
I always
Yeah.
lose socks.
Yeah. It
Can't-
seems like a waste of a sock.
I can't lose a sock, and then have it show up in my mom's room, and she'll be like, "Is this coming here?"
And then you got a crunchy sock. You know, I do sock rotate. I have good sock advice.
Good
Oh,
sock
you
advice.
do?
Just for general lifetime.
Should
Like,
Should I,
here's
should I
what you
play?
don't wanna
Should I
do.
play the graphic?
Here's what you want to do. Okay, don't jizz in your socks. Don't use them for jerking off. But just in terms of like your sock arsenal, what you're gonna want to have are you're gonna want to get go to Marshalls or something and get bulk and get them all the same type.
Mm-hmm.
And doing laundry is so much easier. Because
Yeah.
what's worse than matching the socks? No. You got a bunch of the same socks.
Yeah.
You match anyone with anyone, it's fine.
Mm.
And then as they get weathered. You just throw them out and buy new
Yeah.
ones. It's like $30 for a whole new
A little
stock of
Darwinism
fucking
on the socks.
dude.
Weakest link. That's a hole.
Throw them out
Extinct.
immediately.
Yeah.
I used to wear socks with the hole in them for a while until the hole got big enough that my toe was sticking through. No
Dude,
more of that.
Isn't
First
that
sign,
that's a
you're-
torture?
You're done. Yeah.
That's worse than Chinese water torture.
I've not
Oh.
experienced it, but I
A
assume
hole
you're
in a
correct.
sock.
What is Chinese water torture?
That's where they
Is that
lay you down.
waterboarding, but the soup is more flavorful?
That's
News
where
for
they
bed,
lay you
everybody.
down and they just drip water on your forehead. You're just like, oh, is it dicey?
Not like the
Oh,
nicest,
no.
the nicest torture ever. It's like acu torture.
Yeah, and I think they like slow it down so then you get hit and you're just like waiting for the next one.
Oh,
Oh wow!
Oh.
And then they throw off the rhythm.
Yeah.
Mr. Yang.
That's
I saw
smart.
this crazy form of torture where they would stick a guy in a barrel, like up to his neck, so his whole body's in a barrel,
Doesn't sound that bad.
and then they would cover his face in like jam,
That sounds great.
so like
Oh,
fruit
and then-
flies just swarm around his
oh.
head, and they keep him in there for so long he's like shitting and pissing in the barrel,
Wow, that's
and
not
that like
great.
makes his body like all fucked up and stuff, and they just leave him in there.
Jeez,
Bad.
That's a slow death, huh?
That's a slow, stinky.
Stinky. Fruit flies.
Yeah.
Ah.
Fruit fly.
Ooh. That one's kind of nice.
The one guy who likes it.
I
Yeah.
like it.
Oh.
That's
Yeah,
my good
smother
eye.
me in jam.
I'm not telling you any of my secrets.
I
So
think it's-
you had a nice little topic prepared.
I'm happy to bring it up. You guys want it? You guys ready?
Can we get a poll from the audience
There's
at
not enough
home?
audience participation on this podcast. If I had one note, that would be it.
Yeah, you mean all of these children I have watching the
What
podcast?
if you live
I'm just saying,
stream?
you should do.
I was
Live stream and
thinking
have the
about it.
chat, and then they can participate in the chat.
Yeah.
What
and
if
if
that
they're
one
acting up,
guy
you can ban them.
The problem is I'm too poor to do that.
Yeah, I know it's involved.
You need money to do anything cool.
I'm kind of
It's a
in the
nice
same
room,
boat.
Yeah.
Your Lizzo was too far. Did you change the posters?
Those posts. Oh, well, yeah, I had the Lizzo one
Yeah,
here.
you should. It's nice.
Yeah, but I needed this green screen that I leave up.
Do you do anything with it? Like,
Yeah.
Oh,
Thanks for watching the podcast.
what's your topic?
Oh, you guys think we've hit a lull? Because I have a lot of things here.
Okay.
All right. So the topic is what's the difference between neurotic and anxious?
Neurotic and anxious.
That's the topic.
Neurotic is Jewish.
Neurotic is Jewish,
Yeah,
is what
yeah,
they
that-
say. But I looked it up on my phone before I got here because I wanted to have something to talk about.
Yeah.
And it said that neurotic is like when you refer to like neuroses and stuff, but not in like a technical way. Like anxiety is like the technical term for like psycho whatever,
Yeah.
like psychosis. But neurotic is just like, oh, he's like that. So that's why I think it's Jewish.
Yeah, I feel
'cause
like
it's
neurotic
informal.
is more like an insult to someone else.
It's like Woody Allen.
Yeah. You'd be like, that guy's neurotic. But
Yeah.
really, they're just anxious.
Yeah.
Right? But like, you don't like them. So you're like, let me flavor this with a little salt and pepper.
It's not. Yeah, neurotic is a little because it implies that maybe they're a little funny, you know,
Yeah, true.
a little quirky. Yep. So
You guys want to do jokes? The joke section?
Are you ready?
I'm
You
ready. I
ready?
gotta like set it up.
Okay. Yeah,
So we
set
can
it
keep
up.
it rolling, right?
Uh-huh.
yeah, I guess.
You guys can keep doing my podcast, right?
Did we
Okay.
exhaust that
What do you
topic?
think about I can't even read this. What's this big one here? What's that
Argentina?
one? That's
can't- Is your vision really bad? Are you nearsighted?
now I can kind of see it now.
The sunglasses made it that much worse.
Yeah, those are not good sunglasses.
They make your vision. Oh God, excuse me.
Oh, I always thought that was Brazil.
No, dude, Brazil's up here.
Wow.
It's where my father's family is
I
from.
thought that was Argentina.
Did you know that, Patty? I'm
Holy
Brazilian.
shit.
You're
Did you-
Brazilian, dude?
Yeah.
Can I see your waxing you got down there?
I have a hairy butt too.
Wait, you're
Harry
Brazilian?
Bott.
So
Yeah.
you're who's Brazilian? Your
My
mom?
father.
Oh, okay. So
But
you
it's
are
all Jew, but they're all Jewish.
Brazilian Jew. I thought
Yeah,
I
it's
thought
pretty-
the
I think that makes me
Does your
hot.
dad have a big fat ass?
No, he has a big fat everything else. But sorry,
I did not.
Abba.
I'm like, but I'm a little shook right now because I'm
You got these-
smart,
You are
and
smart.
I didn't know that Argentina is actually where Brazil. I thought Argentina was where Brazil is for like forever.
Are you like a math science guy? Are you good at geography?
No, I'm not good at math or science. I'm just good at like knowing a lot about like
History?
the Jewish question, and
Yeah.
stuff like that, like all that kind of thing. I like to read a lot, basically.
Yeah,
I
feel
like to
that,
read
too.
a lot. Oh, he's got the candle.
Well, yeah, Argentina's down here. Brazil is huge. Brazil's the biggest country here. That's why it has all this forest here. Then Argentina has it too, but it's more of like up to down. And then Chile is like, it looks like a chili. That's how you know it. And then here's the Falklands.
Those are the Falkland Islands?
Margaret Thatcher went there, yeah.
All right, it's time to stop falcing around. Let's.
Whoa.
That looks good. You have a little hair peeking out.
This is news from bed.
Hi.
Be careful.
Hi, this is news from bed. I'm in bed, and this is the news. This is a big moment for you, isn't it,
Yeah.
Kiwi? The mayor of San Pedro Huamalula in Mexico, I got that right, recently got married to a Cayman alligator, although it was a regular alligator before their honeymoon.
That's clever.
Gabrielle Union clapped back at trolls, saying 50 is too old to be wearing swimsuits. She was upset with that. Don't you miss the days when trolls would prevent you from crossing a bridge by not guessing a riddle instead of for having generous hips?
What?
Okay, continue.
Comedian Roseanne Barr is being slammed for saying, quote, nobody died in the Holocaust. Now, this is no time for jokes. The Holocaust, of course, is one of the greatest tragedies to ever leave its stain on world history, especially if it happened. NASA has revealed that 4 volunteers are living in a virtual Mars simulation for a full year. To replicate the harsh and arid conditions on Mars, the simulation will take place in Martha Stewart's vagina. That thing's got to be dry, dude.
And red.
3 people have been confirmed to have gotten HIV from invasive facials at a New Mexico spa. When I said I wanted my face to have a sheen, that's not what I meant. Because of Charlie Sheen and his AIDS. Shark attacks in Long Island are on a record-setting pace this year. Many are blaming global warming, but my money is on the trendy new Sweet Baby Ray's suntan lotion. It's not a real thing. Lastly, Christopher Nolan confirmed his new picture Oppenheimer, like all his movies, does not use any VFX. That's a typical thing for Nolan. He also stated he's very excited to get filming his next movie, Christopher Nolan Has Sex with Scarlett Johansson. There's going to be no VFX in that one. This has been News from Bed. Good night.
Thank you.
Wow, to witness that live,
Pretty cool, right?
that was really cool. That's like, seeing, that's like, going to a Knicks game, and you're like, wow, Julius Randle's right there.
Right there.
He's
Like
getting
seeing-
buckets right
God,
there.
is his cock huge.
Dude,
It really is. Like, see, I saw Gutfeld live. You ever watch Greg
Oh.
Gutfeld?
Oh, no.
The king of late night.
sorry to hear.
Oh, should I put my hat back on?
Yeah, I like
I
it.
probably should.
Dude,
I
the
think
first
it's a
one was
it's
great.
a good vibe.
That was my
Thanks,
favorite.
man.
Yeah, like that was the Cayman
The
one?
Cayman one,
Yeah,
yeah.
that was very smart. You thought of that? You didn't get that off Reddit or something?
No, I thought of it
Oh,
last
I thought
night.
you meant that hat.
I thought of it last night at 4 a.m. I just like woke up and I was like, "Oh, that's the punchline."
That's the
best
kind of
jokes.
joke
Those are the
that
best
comes to you
ones.
laying in bed
Yeah.
late at night. Like
Yeah.
that was from God.
That was from God.
God gave
dude.
you
God
that.
gave me.
Anything,
Yeah,
anything I have is that.
yeah,
Anything
yeah.
I have
Anything.
there. Yeah.
I can't like sit down and write anymore. I can like write the news topics and then I look at them and I'm like,
I never really.
none of
could.
this is funny.
I know. I was never really able to do that.
Yeah.
No, it's just sitting right. It's like,
No.
I'll sit and write and I'll be like, this joke's fucking great, and then I'll never do it.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I don't want to like memorize it and like
yeah.
do it like verbatim. I'm like, I go to the mic and I'll be like, oh, I'm gonna try out that new like fucking awesome China joke that I wrote, and I'll get on stage and I'll be like, no, I'm riffing about black people.
Yeah, it,
forever."
it feels unnatural to just tell
Yeah,
a joke.
totally.
Dude,
Exactly.
you have one of the best jokes I've ever heard in my life, by the
Stop.
way. I literally tell people this joke. Can I tell one of your jokes?
I think it depends which one. Maybe you can whisper it to David, and then depending on your reaction, it'll decide whether or not you can say it.
Oh, he's going to love it.
We'll see.
No, I don't like this plan.
It's the one about voices, hearing voices.
Oh,
Dude.
that's sweet. I haven't done that one in a while. Thanks,
Dude,
Patty.
this is one of the best jokes. He's got
Thanks,
a joke,
man.
and it's my girlfriend is hearing voices, and not the good voices either. None telling her she could lose a few pounds. Great joke. That's what it, like I tell that joke to people.
Thanks, man.
I'm like, Kiwi's got this great joke.
Yeah.
That's good. That's like one of the 3 jokes I tell. The other one is Norm's pumpkin joke. Have you ever heard Norm's pumpkin joke?
No.
About a guy with a pumpkin head? Oh, this one's great. Buckle up. He said, so there's this guy who
Penis.
there's a guy hanging out. There's a guy hanging out, and his friend comes up to him, and his friend has a giant pumpkin head. And he's like, dude, what happened? What happened to your head? He's like, dude, the craziest thing happened. I just found a genie, and he granted me 3 wishes. He's like, so what happened? He's like, all right, so the first wish, I wished for $100 million, so I had money for the rest of my life. And he gave me that. Then the second wish, I wish for a beautiful woman to marry me, and we live together and have children. It'll be wonderful. And he gave me that. He's like, so what happened? He's like, the third wish is where I really fucked up. I wished my head was a giant pumpkin.
That's so Norm. Classic.
I fucking love Norm, dude.
Isn't that the best joke? That's a great joke. You tell people that joke, and if they respond, just be like, I don't know if we could be friends. If they just like, what? Then you're like, no, this is never gonna work.
It says a lot about a person.
I don't want to do it, but do you know the one with the like the frog wants a loan? Have you heard that? That's my favorite. That's one of my favorite. And then there's there's also the bit he does, like from the podcast about 9/11.
Yeah,
when they had Nick Swartzen on.
Yeah. Where doesn't yeah, it's I remember
airline? It. He's like, the best airline voted this year is JetBlue. The worst airline, 9/11 Air. And he's like, what a terrible name for an airline.
Reminds me of that tragedy.
Oh, that's great.
But then the best part is like they're laughing, like Egit and Nick Swartzen are laughing. He's like, don't laugh at 9/11. He's like, I walked through blood and bones that day looking for my brother. He was in northern Canada. Dude, that is like, that's such a good clip.
I frequently go to that podcast all the time.
I listen to that. I don't listen to a lot, like comedian podcasts I don't listen to. I mean, I listen to your podcast like all the time. But outside of that, it's just really
Do you do anything with the green screen? I don't think comedians should listen to other comedians' podcasts.
No.
I listen to somebody I know, but I don't listen to like Tim Dillon anymore or any of that stuff.
I like it. Like if it's a good clip, I'll listen to Tim. But yeah, I used to listen to him a lot, and I don't
Ever
really
since
anymore.
when Ben left.
Totally
different show.
I didn't even care when Ben left because because Ben kind of went off the rails. Now he's doing his own thing, and I'm like, this guy's not funny at all.
Yeah,
he's doing a comedian. He's not a comedian though.
Yeah, but
he
he does it with Devin Costa, who I do think is very funny.
Yeah.
And then like
one other guy,
his brother is Ben's brother.
Okay,
but I'm just like Ben's not funny, so I'm Team Tim on this.
He just had such a great laugh, you know. I'm a sentimental guy, like stuff like that.
He was a great wingman. He was a great wingman.
Yeah,
for Tim, definitely.
You need people who are gonna laugh. You guys were fantastic during the jokes. I can't tell you how many times I do a joke, like the whole thing, and the people are just in the bed.
Yeah, we were really supportive, but you started off strong.
I did.
So you had us. You had us.
Yeah.
And then you lost us a little bit.
You did. You lost us, and then you got us back, and you lost us. Yeah, what the heck was that?
Ride.
What were you thinking?
It was like Space Mountain.
Wait, which one?
Sweet Baby Ray's.
Oh, yeah. That was, every once in a while I throw one in. That's like, this isn't going to work.
You're like, this is just bad. Yeah. But I'm going to do it.
I don't know if I should laugh into the mic. I never know. Do I laugh into the mic?
It helps when you laugh into it, because then it's like, because then I can. Oh, you know what I was thinking of? You know how every podcast has like there's like a picture where everyone's like dying laughing. I think we're just gonna like make a funny face.
Oh, one silly, yeah.
And then like, all right, so like on 3, let's just pretend we're all having like the best time of our life.
I don't want to do that.
and then I'm gonna.
I'm sure this already happened. Yeah, you can find a clip from how long have we been doing? Like 40 minutes now? You can find something that already happened where the 3 of us are having fun.
Yeah, probably.
That might be hard to find. I don't know about you guys.
Maybe.
It's getting a little stale in this bed, right?
Yeah. All right, let me think of something funny to say.
Yeah.
I was going to mention this with the whole like comedian podcast thing, because you know who... You ever listen to like 2 Bears, 1 Cave? I find that like very unlistenable because of Bert Kreischer's laugh. Like I really don't like Bert Kreischer, and I hate his laugh,
you can hear
dude.
The fat in the laugh.
And he's like, it's like
He'll be
I
dead
can't even
very soon.
Yeah,
though.
I'm well, okay. I was gonna say no. It's fine. It's like he's a father, so I don't want him.
Right.
But at
But
the
he's
same
a
time,
terrible father.
maybe
let's be
just
quite
retire
honest.
and stop drinking. Yeah, he's a terrible father.
Yeah,
He seems like a nice guy.
he seems like a nice guy.
I think
think
he
he's just
seems
an
awful.
asshole?
Yeah, I think he
Really?
seems awful.
He's a
not my
raging
favorite
alcoholic.
Yeah, so I don't and like the machine thing is like so stupid. None of
Yeah.
that probably
Like
actually
the
happened.
Yeah,
His story that he would tell. That's the other thing. It's like I'm at the torture in his soul when he probably did that same bit as his closer for like 15 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Until it got made into a movie.
I think he still has to do
I
it.
think and people will like at the end of the show be like, "Tell the machine story," and it's just a bunch of. That's what happens when your demo is just drunk frat kids.
Yeah, yeah.
Like that's.
what would be your ideal demos? You think?
Oh,
Have
bitches.
Bitches.
Wow.
Bitches.
But I heard you don't want a female
No.
audience because you'll never be respected.
Believe it or
That's
not, a
what
lot
I
of
heard.
women don't like me.
Oh, I think that's understandable.
My podcast listenership is like 88% male. I think,
Yeah, yeah.
something like
80.
that.
How'd you come up with that figure?
They'll tell you on like the analytics.
Yeah.
They'll tell you that.
I don't put anything out.
When I did news from bed, the TikTok thing, like every day, my followers were 97% men.
Wow. But
97.
I love making the woman laugh, though. It's so good. Like, it's such a great. I don't have any sisters.
The universal woman.
I like when I'm up there and women
The
laugh.
woman.
It makes me feel good.
The woman of the world.
The woman. Mother Earth.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is
no,
good.
I like making women laugh.
You need
It's
to, or
fun.
else they're.
It's a lot of
Oh,
fun.
yeah.
You need to make women laugh to make men laugh.
I heard that's most of the audience in like real stand-up shows is like ladies will get together and be like, oh, let's go to like stand-up New York
Yeah,
or something.
'cause if
But,
they're
like,
sitting there like
dudes don't
this,
do that.
Guys want pussy more than they want to show you support on stage.
right.
For sure.
Yeah, more
Yeah.
than anything.
More than anything. Yeah.
My issue with demo is like, I feel like the type of jokes I do, I attract people that I don't like either.
Absolutely.
You know, where I
Absolutely.
start getting these like very, very,
Weirdos.
Pepe the Frog types, from like the depths of 4chan. And I'm like, I don't like you guys
Dude,
either. Like,
yeah,
I don't like
absolutely.
liberals, but I don't like you guys either.
Yeah,
I'm
they're-
trying to find a balance, but it really doesn't exist.
Yeah, the
Well
best,
said.
the ideal audience you want is like car mechanics.
Yeah, normal, everyday Joe Schmoes because they have a
Just
lot
Joe
in common
Schmo-
with
yeah.
a fucking rabbi's son from Brooklyn, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like I can't expect to cater to those people, but I do expect it.
Yeah, yeah.
I want to relate to them, but it's those fucking weirdos, people who I hate. Like they go up and down. I'm like, this isn't funny. They're not
Yeah.
like a good guy. They're like, dude, I love your stuff, and I'm like, and it's only them.
Yeah.
You know?
It's a problem.
What's wrong with me?
But you have to do what's funny to you,
yeah,
or else you're going to
That-
kill yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. A lot
Anyway,
of
if
people
you
still
sell
do it.
out, yeah. And honestly, you have to be pretty sexy too. That's one thing. That's the new trend in comedy.
but comics-
If you're a woman, especially.
Yeah. But
But
think about
comics were
Matt
never-
Rife, dude.
but not back in the day.
Oh,
Comics
Matt
weren't
Rife is
sexy.
like so weird.
Yeah,
You
he's
think
got a
he's
weird.
weird
He's got a
looking?
feminine face.
He's very
Yeah.
all of his
Very
features are
feminine.
very
Very
feminine. The
feminine.
way he carries himself is feminine, and even speaks and his like hand gestures are feminine.
Yeah.
But not gay. It's the weirdest
Feminine,
thing.
yeah.
It's more
Yeah.
girly than
It's like,
gay.
it's like a black woman
Yeah.
or a light skinned woman.
He's got big lips too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So no,
He's
the black
basically
woman.
Tiffany Haddish.
Tiffany Haddish.
Yeah.
I think that was kind of profound, but we just
Matt-
discovered that maybe
They-
Matt Rife is just Tiffany Haddish in
Tiffany
white
Haddish.
and white
Tiffany
face.
Haddish.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like this
She's
is
Oh.
crazy.
She's proven she's done it before.
wow. Yeah.
Remember
dude.
the end of Bad Trip?
Holy shit.
She did a white guy, didn't
You
she?
know
This is-
she's
this is
you know
nuts.
she's Jewish.
Yeah.
Well,
Her father. What's her dad? But
because that's the okay. So
did you
I
see
was
her special Black Mitzvah?
well. See, I did.
You don't watch Black Mitzvah?
I'm happy for.
You
her.
haven't seen Black
I'm just
Mitzvah?
saying. I'm just saying.
David, you're telling me you never watched Black Mitzvah?
The type of Jews. I've seen the Hebrew Hammer. That's all. That's all I feel like
What
you
is
need to. You never seen the Hebrew Hammer?
No, I
You've
haven't
never seen the Hebrew Hammer.
I haven't seen a lot of shit. I only saw Black Mitzvah, honestly. I've only watched
The
that.
type of Jews who look like this without the prosthetics
Mm-hmm.
do not think Tiffany Haddish is
Yeah.
black.
Which-
I was saying this
that was
to a guy.
terrible.
I was at a show and I was like crowd working a guy who was like, "Yeah, I'm Jewish too," but he was Hispanic, and I was like, "Listen, man, to me, that's fine. You're Jewish," but I was like, to real Jews,
Yeah.
you are not Jewish.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
They will not accept you as chosen people.
Yeah.
Because they get. I don't know if you were there that night at Olives when there was a bunch of Orthodox Jews.
No,
there.
no.
This was like one of my favorite nights. But I remember I went up and I was still doing a lot of like, you know, as a Jew material, like where I would
Yeah.
do that, especially when the Orthodox were there. But I remember I went over to this table with a bunch of them because they were like, come here, come here. And the first thing they asked me, they were like, are you pure blood? That
Wow.
was the first thing they asked me.
I've
They were
never
like, are
heard
you
that.
pure
Yeah.
blood? And I was like,
They're like Slytherin.
yeah. And they're like,
Pure
that's
Hasidic
great.
Jews
We
are like
like you now.
Slytherin. Yeah.
I prefer Hufflepuff.
Hufflepuff does sound a little more Jewy. Oh my
Hufflepuff.
my allergies.
Hufflepuff. I would be in Gryffindor. I took that test.
Yeah,
I'd be a
someone took it
Gryffindor.
for me and said I was a Gryffindor.
There you go.
I was like, you're lying to yourself. I think I'm a Slytherin. Deep
Really?
down. Yeah, I
Are
got
you
a
a
little
bad boy?
shyster. I got a little shyster, burn it down energy to me.
You seem like a nice guy.
I'm a nice guy, but I also want to I like chaos. I
Yeah.
want the end of the world. I want that.
Really?
Yeah, I like really hope
That's
it
like
happens.
Catholic, though.
Yeah,
Catholics like want the rapture.
yeah, we want the rapture.
Are you Catholic?
Yeah.
Ah, man. I like Protestants more.
Despite me doing, does this count as Jew face?
No, it's just a hat.
Yeah, that's true. I can't hire a good enough prosthetics team to do Jew face. I
You know,
don't think.
Patty, I would
I've-
wear if you had a kippah, I would wear a kippah. I can't wear this, but I would wear a kippah.
What would happen if you wore this?
This is not what I am. This is it's Hasidic. They're a different kind of Jewish, and like I don't want to
Okay.
like disrespect or like be Uncle Tomming out here, you know?
Yeah.
Because that's like if I put that, it's like a different, and they got enough like
Uncle
hate.
Shlomo.
Uncle Shlomo. They
I
got enough
don't
hate
know.
towards us, like towards other Jews. You know,
So-
is any of your family like black hat or anything?
What is that?
That's a no.
This? No.
This is
Yeah.
like cool though. Like no real
Well,
Hasidic Jews
this
wear
might be
this, I
modern
feel like.
Orthodox, right? Because
Well,
it's certain parts of it.
It's like the Russians wear the fur
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
They're the Polish. They're the Polish Jews.
Because the goal, you want to look like Polish nobility from like the 1870s.
That's
why they dress the way that they do.
Okay.
You know,
Because they
but
want to preserve that time.
so I used to work do valet at a catering hall.
Nice.
Big catering hall. And it was in northern New Jersey, right by Muncie, New York, which
Oh,
is
Muncie,
like the
yeah.
Mecca.
Sure.
Outside of Israel, that is like
Yeah.
the Mecca for Jews.
Miami
More so
Beach.
than Brooklyn. Like it makes Brooklyn look
Yeah.
like, you know,
Really?
a Catholic whatever. You got I don't
St.
know.
John the Divine.
So they would have weddings, and I have to valet these weddings. And you're familiar with this because I'm sure I've talked about it on stage a lot. But like 1,000 Hasidic Jews
Wow.
at the same time, and like you don't come
It's
out
a lot
of
of
that.
coach and buggies, dude.
You don't come out of that the same. You know, you don't come out of
It's a
that
lot
the
of
same
sugar
person.
cubes you gotta feed those
It's
horses.
a lot. It's a lot of like boogery tissues in the door handle when
Yes.
you're closing the door. It's a lot of that.
gotta jimmy the lock.
It would always be minivans, and they'd kind of smell like if Cheez-Its could go bad.
Mm.
That's
Okay.
what the cars would smell like.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the weirdest thing would be like the men were like hideous, but the women,
The women
were
are
beautiful.
Yeah,
Beautiful,
Jewish
yeah.
women are beautiful.
Oh, they're gorgeous.
They're beautiful.
Thank you. I
Keep
appreciate
it.
that. I appreciate that.
But the
Thank you.
dudes,
Yeah, dude.
these
yeah.
dudes were like just like
Gross.
patchy beards
Yeah.
and like just
Yeah.
ugly face, with the nose going on, what
Take
they
care
say
of it.
about that, which is very true.
What's crazy too? That's like 5% of the world's Jewish population there. Like those, especially like the Hasidic Jews, like that 5%, they all know each other. There's like none of them left.
You'd see familiar faces.
Oh,
I
yeah.
remember my favorite all-time Hasid. I hope he's still out there.
The same, yeah.
We would do this thing. I had a buddy Carlos
No,
there.
he died of COVID.
No, he was young enough. I think he
Yikes.
made it through. He probably made it through.
But he
but
got
you
it.
know,
He had it.
he
got
probably
it,
had
Tom.
it.
Yeah,
He
big
probably had
time.
it and like took his kids to the park. He didn't give a
Yeah.
fuck.
Yeah.
He was
They all
like, break
just-
down
they
these
made
locks.
out.
Let my
Yeah.
kids play on the swing set, motherfucker. I respected them a lot more when they did that.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. It was the guy. See, now you see what I mean
Score one
about
for the
the
Jews.
demo that I get. You see what I mean? Like it's not my favorite people, but I had a buddy Carl. Okay, I was the only Jew in the company, in the valet company. So I was like the lightning rod, and I would say the things that no one else at the company would feel like they're
Shalom,
allowed
Jews.
to say.
Yeah,
No, I would kind of be like these fucking cheap motherfuckers, because
Yeah,
they
yeah.
didn't want to say that
Yeah.
because they were all non-Jews. But I had a buddy Carlos, and one day he saw something, and he's like, "What is this, Dave?" And he showed me, and because it's like the spelling of yarmulke, like the actual spelling.
Yarmulke.
Yeah, yarmulke. And he was like, "What does yarmulke mean?" He said, "What does yarmulke mean?" So this became our code word. And when we had Jewish weddings, and like when they were leaving,
Sounds like the title of
and
a horror
everyone-
movie.
Yarmulke.
So when people were leaving, we're just getting stiffed left and right. Like no one's tipping, no
Wow.
one's tipping. And me and Carlos would be like, Yarmulke, Yarmulke, Yarmulke. And we just like, so they didn't really know what we were talking about, but it was a code word. And then sometimes I would just sarcastically be like, I am crushing right now, guys. The tips are just flowing in. And I would say this around like a dozen of them.
Wow.
And one night I was doing this and a guy comes up in an Infiniti G37. The year was 2015, I believe. I'll never forget it. And he just reaches out the window with $100 and he's like, I'm sorry about them. I was like, you're a fucking legend. He was this. He was full blown.
Wow.
And he gave me $100 and he's like, I'm sorry about them. I know they're not tipping. Like,
Dude, they get a lot. That's what I'm saying. These people, they get a lot of hate, and some of it is warranted. Like, I will admit that, but it's like there's always some individuals within a group, even if it is a bad group, you know, who are just.
that guy's he's a legend.
Yeah, yeah.
That guy's a legend.
He negated every single one of those.
Absolutely.
I bet you walked out of there being like, Jews are pretty fucking
Yeah.
awesome.
He made my
We need
night.
those people.
He made my
We need
him
those
alone is like he kept me from going over the edge, you know. And I really appreciate him for that.
You know, Frankie Oy, comedian Frankie Oy, TikTok legend Frankie Oy. Shout out Frankie Oy. He does Uber Eats
Okay.
and Uber Eats, and he did Uber Eats in like Crown Heights to a bunch of Jews, and none of them tipped him. It was like 75 cents, like like an insulting amount. And he was with me one time, and I left a tip at like a place where I had to leave a tip, and he was like, "Oh, that's good that I saw you do that," you know, because I thought
I was starting to hate.
Yeah,
your
he said he
people.
thought no Jews tipped.
Yeah.
You know, because none of the Jews tipped him. Like
I
3 or
did
4.
valet parking for one time,
Just one time.
just one time,
And then you quit?
and then I never did it again.
Wow.
We parked all the cars, and then the kids I was with, they were kind of rapscallions, and they're like,
In a
"Oh,
white
this
way?
Is
they're
that
like-
is that code?
White.
Are you doing
That's
code
bad
right now?
white kids.
It's
That's what it
like
is, bad white
it's
kids,
kind of
right?
like Wigger,
Oh, okay. I thought you meant okay.
yeah." But they-
rapscallion. Are those synonymous now?
I was trying to be nice, but you guys pulled it out of me.
Like hooligans?
Yeah, hooligans.
Hooligans. European soccer fans.
And one of they're like, "Oh, we got a something special in car G30 or whatever." I'm like, "Okay." So essentially, they stole weed from this car because they smelled it, and we got really high.
That's awesome.
Like after all the cars were parked there at this wedding, we're just fucking ripped. Then like 30 minutes later, everyone comes out for their cars. We're just high, like bringing people's car back. And this one guy, he was like all business. He's like, "Hey, like, here's my car, like whatever. Don't like fuck it up." I'm like, "Yeah, sure." So he hands me like his ticket, and I walk and I get his car and I bring it back, and I'm just fucking ripped. And I step out of the car. I'm like, "Okay, here you go." And he's like, "This isn't my car." I'm like, "Oh, okay." He's like, "This is my specific type of car." I'm like, "Okay." So we go and we park the car and we bring it back and we realize it's the car we stole all the weed from. So we're like, "Okay, here's your car. Thank you very much." He's like, "Thank you." And he tipped us like $20 and drove away. I'm like, "Dude, this
wow.
guy's going to be fucking pissed." Yeah.
You guys are the worst.
Yeah,
dude.
that was you know when you're in like a situation with people and you're like, "I want to be cool in front of these people, but I'm just not this type
You
of
wanted
guy."
to impress the Wiggers?
I wanted to, yeah. I thought maybe that's my way into like
Were you
impressing
young?
real
Were you-
black people. Yeah.
All right.
was like
Bye,
18.
Kiwi. Thank
See you later, Kiwi. Wow.
Has that happened before?
People just walk out silently.
He
Usually
just
it's a
walks
bit.
out.
Maybe he's got to pee or something.
I'm trying to get.
I think
This
we're
is
getting
better.
close to the end here anyway, but
Oh, I could do another 2 hours of this, man.
yeah, this is great, dude.
That's
I'm so happy to have you on.
yeah.
I feel like our ideals align, even though I might be silent about them aligning.
Yeah, I know the people who are my allies who don't necessarily speak out the same way that I do, and I know that you're one of them.
Yes. Yeah.
Let me try, because I think of like other people. I won't even name drop them, but I know the people who like watch all of my stories all the time, and I'm like, I know you get it.
Yeah.
but- and occasionally will comment and be like, "That's very true," and I'll be like, "Yeah, I know," and they'll be like, "By the way, don't tell anyone I said it." It's so funny because I'm finished. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
The
yeah.
only way I'll succeed is if like all these, kind of, whiny liberals are right about the America turning into like the Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah,
You know, in that reality, I feel like I'd be touring.
You only have an Andrew Tate trajectory, which don't get me wrong, is an exceptional trajectory.
I want to be a more wholesome, but
it's hard, dude. It's hard to be wholesome. Like in terms of I don't want to get, Kiwi in trouble here, but in terms of the vaccine, like I got the Johnson & Johnson vaccine and got a blood clot in my leg.
Wait,
who told you not to get it?
Everyone.
did this?
Good.
Everyone.
Wait,
Good.
Patty, did your condition that you have now develop after the vaccine?
Yes.
Because of the vaccine?
I can only assume.
Get the fuck out of here.
And when I went to the doctors, they were blown away at like the ways my veins were expanding. They're like, this should never happen with someone your
Dude.
age.
It never. So you never had that.
I
before
never
the
had an
vaccine?
issue in either
Anything
one of my
like that
legs
ever?
until I got.
When
the
did you get the
Johnson.
vaccine, and when did the?
So I got the
condition
vaccine in like September of 2021,
start? Yeah.
and then about 7 months later, I got a blood clot.
That's a coincidence. You have no proof. You have no evidence. You're a piece of shit. Go vote for RFK, you motherfucker.
A lot can happen in 7
A lot can, yeah.
If
But they told me the blood clot, the size of it,
Yeah.
it was formed between like 3 and 9 months
It's because
prior.
if I were you, I'd be furious.
I
I'm
was
furious, and I'm not you.
The problem is you just have to like accept.
Hey.
You can either go crazy or
Yeah,
you
you
just
gotta
accept.
accept.
No, listen,
it.
buddy. Wait till the class action lawsuit. You're gonna get a check for $45.
totally.
Yeah, that's what I
You're gonna get a $45
Yeah.
check, my
Can you
man,
get
and it'll
some
be
shut
worth
off?
it.
Well, they probably got the best lawyers in the world, though. Johnson,
Oh,
Esquire.
I mean,
for
you know?
it's like it's gonna take like 20 years, and then they'll finally be
Yeah.
like, "Okay, we're finding you $4 billion for this."
Yeah.
And Johnson & Johnson's like, "All right, that's fine."
Yeah.
But
We'll
by that
split
point, you'll
between
be a famous
600 million.
comedian.
Yeah, and you'll
Yeah,
be
dude.
crushing. You know,
I'll be in a
Give
wheel-
that
and I'll
money
be in
to
a
charity.
wheelchair.
Yeah.
That's how I'll be famous.
you'll be the
Wow.
blood clot guy. You'll be the bumbleclot, the bumbleclot,
The Bumbleclot.
the
blood
white
clot.
bumbleclot guy. Because you'll be like, hey, it's like I got sickle cell anemia or something, right, guys?
Yeah.
And you'll kill in black rooms. You'll exclusively do black
You
rooms.
do well in black rooms, I'd imagine. Yeah.
I do. That's my favorite room.
They're the best rooms.
They're fantastic.
Yeah.
Because I find that, like, here's what I find. That whites will have, like, a filtration system
Yeah.
that they're factoring in before they laugh. So they're
Mhm.
like, is this homophobic? Is this racist? Is this, like, bigoted in some way? Like, white liberal crowd, I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a black crowd, like, and I'm talking New York City, like a black crowd and like a black Harlem crowd, the ones that I've experienced at least, or like lower Manhattan, they're just like, is it funny?
Yeah.
They don't have that filtration system.
Yeah.
They're like,
Yeah.
if it's funny, I'll laugh. That's it.
That's why a nice mix is like half black, half
Yeah.
white.
It's good
Because
too.
then
Those are
they're like looking over, they're being like, oh, they're
the
laughing.
blacks are giving them permission.
Yeah.
Those are really good situations.
Yeah, they are
Yeah.
great. Yeah, I
Mhm.
did a heckle show in a half black room, and I was like making fun of a black guy for having a giant cock. And, like they were loving it, and the white people were like, "Oh, it's okay. It's okay.
Oh, this is the best night of my life.
I'm so cool right now."
My mic is like that a lot of the time,
Yeah,
But-
you had a good mix.
but it's not in a good, like the week before this past week. It's very like self-segregated. Like the black people go and they sit, because Eastville is huge.
Yeah,
So black people, they go sit over here and the white people here. And the black people are like having fun and like fucking around. They're like, older, like 30, 40, years old. They have their girlfriends and their children there. It's like a fun thing. Then there's just like a bunch of like depressed young white comics on the
Yeah.
side. And they're not laughing. And the black people are laughing. The guy called me onion head ass N-word. And they all laughed,
that doesn't even make any
Yeah.
sense. I'm just checking this to make sure
Is
we are
everything okay?
recording. Oh yeah, we are. Okay, good.
That would be so funny if we weren't recording.
We just had all the hats on.
I just
Dude,
take my hat and slam it on the ground.
Literally, the last episode didn't
You forgot
record,
to
didn't
record?
put the video. Yeah, it was just me and James
Yeah.
Tomlin.
Just
No,
talking.
just talking. Old school
Nice.
podcast.
I hate those.
I know. I
But
was
nothing
like,
to
what are we
watch.
just having a conversation here? Gay. I don't want to do that.
That's like a date. You filmed a date with a guy. You filmed a
Two
date with a
guys
guy
in a bed.
In a
Two
bed.
guys
Even
in a
worse,
bed.
I turned the cameras off on a date with a guy. Yeah.
You
It
hear
was just
like,
me and my
Patty.
friend in my bed.
Patty,
Here,
stop.
James, sit down.
Patty.
No, it's recording. It's recording.
Yeah,
So
sharing
how's your
personal
day?
experiences. Yeah. Oh,
That's
it's such
great.
a. I do have to wrap up though, guys. So if you
Was
would
it that bad?
No, this was great. I had a blast.
No, you didn't.
Of
This
course it
was
was
terrible.
great. I love
I'm sorry.
doing this
I'm
podcast, and
sorry.
I love you guys too.
Thanks.
Yeah, I had a great time. with both of you.
Yeah.
Good, not great.
You
Okay.
guys
Fair,
should
fair.
you guys should become familiar with each other in the comedy world because you two are both you get the Patty's pass
Oh,
of
nice.
approval,
Patty's fan.
which means a lot, by the way.
Patty's fan.
I only
You
give
have
like
Patty's
6
pass?
of those
Get
out.
the
yeah.
fuck out of here.
But do you guys have anything you would like to promote?
No,
What about your mic? What about your open mic?
they heard.
Okay.
Eastville, 11:30
On Friday
On
night.
Friday night.
Yep.
Come if you want.
Great mic.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, I want to
Come-
go to that.
Come
Yeah.
the one day of the month that it's good, which I don't know when it is,
And-
but it's one day.
Dave, your podcast used to be called Storytime with Dave. Now it's called
Now it's called Free Jew Podcast.
Free Jew Podcast.
Why did it get that
with the
name?
3 J3W.
Oh, J3W. Okay.
Because I try to
Free
snap
Jew.
Jews out of it. Their trauma brain.
Yeah.
You know.
Interesting.
And
It's
you
like
do that
they-
by
they-
yourself, right?
I just do it. So yeah, it's just rants alone.
You
Yeah.
just talk about
usually
Jew stuff.
for-
You just
for
talk
an
about Jew
hour or
stuff the whole
two.
time.
No, I talk about everything, but like it does get pretty. You
Interesting.
know, I'm surprised it's still on Spotify. I'll just put it like that. I think it's because it's so under the radar because like 50
Yeah.
people listen to it.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Oh, cool.
That
Well,
it's
that's
like-
good. That's
Check
a good
it out.
number.
But you know, it's just like I feel like Jews from a young age. They're just like it would have been you in
By the
that
way-
oven
Sure.
if you were there.
Yeah.
And,
I'm
like,
glad
all
you're
these
not
Jews
lying
were like-
about your numbers either, because we all know how that goes in that community.
Oh yeah, you know, I wouldn't inflate. I actually have 6 million listeners. I'm surprised Spotify's still letting it fly.
Which, by the way, it's definitely less than 6 million.
Why?
Because if it was 6 million and 25, they'd be like, it was 6 million and 25.
I think 6 million is better than that.
You think?
I would do
more?
anything other than 6,500.
Wait, what?
If it was like young 63, 64, but if it was like 6 million and like 150,000, I would say 6. I think it sounds better.
You think so?
I think so. 6 million gets the job done.
It
That's like it makes the
does.
point, you know.
But then I would say like
And it's
over 6
catchy.
million, I think. The
I
fact
think
that
you-
it's so
over, yeah, you
6
would say
million,
over.
yeah, seems like it's not 6 million.
Okay, but that being said, if it was like
Seems like
50,
they're rounding up, much like the Nazis. They're rounding up.
but if it was like 58, I think it's not the worst thing in the world to say 6 million.
It's
You could
still a
say 6
tragedy.
million.
I know, but I feel like it's more
Still
like if
bad.
I was, you know, when I was a kid, if I got like a test score and it was like a 28, and I tell my parents like, oh yeah, I got an 87. I feel like it's more like that. I don't know. I wasn't there. I don't
Yeah.
So, but anyway, let's wrap it up before anyone gets in trouble.
Yeah, let's do that. Free Jew Podcast, Eastville Open Mic. That's all Kiwi's got going. Thank you guys very much for watching, and we'll see you next time
And
on Jews from Bed.
I just want to say, if I have a second, thank you to Patty
Oh,
for having
of
us on
course,
the
of
podcast.
course
Thank you to
for coming.
David for welcoming. It was great to meet
yeah,
you.
I appreciate you guys coming. This was great, and,
And
I really
lastly, if I could just do one more. Lastly, thank you to the listeners. Because,
Yes, of
not for you
course.
guys, we wouldn't be able to come here.
absolutely.
And talk about our stuff and the things that we like to do, things we like to talk about. Because really, if not for the listeners, we wouldn't even be here. you know?
Don't give them too much.
I'm just
credit.
saying we wouldn't even be.
All right.
No, because
Sometimes they like to
they
be
put it
degraded a
on. They
little bit.
well, even I think they're offering their opinions. They're offering their opinions, which they're allowed to do. It's America, right?
Yeah, sound
They're
off in
allowed
the
to do it.
comments.
Yeah,
sound
feel
off in
free.
the comments if
Yeah.
you don't think it was
Smash
6
that
million.
like
Comment
button.
anything.
Smash that like button.
Comment literally
Smash
anything.
anything.
All right.
Smash.
Thank you guys. Nice.